Mustafa Kemal Ataturk, 1881 to 1938. And became the charismatic leader of the Turkish national liberation struggle in 1919. Following a series of impressive victories, he led his nation to full independence. He put an end to the Ottoman dynasty, which had lasted more than 6 centuries, and created the Republic of Turkey in 1923. As president for 15 years until his death in 1938, Mustafa Kemal Ataturk introduced a broad range of swift and sweeping reforms in the political, social, and legal, economic, and cultural spheres. The Turkish population is 99% Muslim, mostly of the Sunni creed. Muslims are required to pray 5 times a day. The first prayer is offered before sunrise, the second in the very early afternoon, the third in the late afternoon, the fourth immediately after sunset, and the fifth before retiring and before midnight. In prayers, Muslims face the Kaaba, a small cube-shaped structure in the courtyard of Al-Haram, the great mosque of Mecca. All 5 prayers in Islam are congregational and are to be offered in a mosque, but they may be offered individually if for some reason a person cannot be present with a congregation. Christianity is only a small proportion of the remaining 1% of population. This building was the first building of the Turkish Republic Agricultural General Directorate, which was built in 1929. The following photographs are of the old family homes from the ancient and historic centre of Ankara. These 2 children are of the Keep, which is in Ankara, selling dollies to tourists. Same old line though, they're very friendly, but where are you from? My name is, and what is your name? This is the eternal resting place for Ataturk, the founder of the Republic of Turkey. Construction was completed in 1953. This is the ceremonial guard. This is the area of Cappadocia, and these houses blend into the rocks of this fairy tale landscape formed by the erosion of volcanic ash and lava. Houses have been hewn out of the soft rock. Work-wise, I was feeling mentally depressed at this particular point. I walked out of the house here and went into the cold area at about 5 o'clock in the morning. I did take this photograph, but I went on to say to myself and to write down the following. the first rays of the morning sun could not warm this cold and mysterious land, or reach into the darkness corners of the mind. Ephesus was one of the greatest cities of the Roman Empire, surpassed only by Rome, Alexandria and Antioch. Population estimates for the city at the time of the Apostle Paul range up to 250,000 people. It became the capital of the province of Asia Minor in 27 BC. Ephesus is often referred to as the first and greatest metropolis in Asia. Ephesus was strategically located at the center of commerce between East and West. Long before the coming of the Romans, Ephesus was seen as the center of worship of the goddess Artemis. Artemis herself was an ancient goddess of fertility, worshipped in Asia Minor long before the Greek and Roman arrived. This is New Zealand Memorial Chunuk Bair in Gallipoli. At the end of World War I, the losses of lives in this area were so tremendous and so sad that Mustafa Kemal, who we regard as Ataturk, said the following: "Those heroes that shed their blood and lost their lives, you are now lying in the soil of a friendly country. Therefore, rest in peace. There is no difference between the Johnnies and the Mehmets to us where they lie side by side in this country of ours. You, the mothers, who sent their sons from faraway countries, wipe away your tears. Your sons are now living in our bosom and are at peace. After having lost their lives in this land, they have become our sons as well." Looking across the valley from the ancient ruins of Gordion, the city is located 95 kilometers to the east of Ankara. In the distance on the right is the earth mound covering the tomb of King Midas. The Bosphorus Strait connects the Black Sea and the Sea of Marmara and separates Turkey in Asia from Turkey in Europe. It is about 32 kilometers long and varies between 1 and 2.5 kilometers wide. Swift currents make navigation difficult. Along both shores are many attractions, including ancient ruins, picturesque villages, This is the statue of the Virgin Mary on the road leading to Mount Kourissos. A shepherd tends his flock of sheep. This is the house of the Virgin Mary at the end of the road from the Magnesia Gate to the Bulbul Mountain. These are columns lining a street in the ancient city of Pergamon.